This is the Outdoor Journey Show, where life takes you outdoors. The Outdoor Journey Show with Matt Gatus and Ty Morgan, brought to you by Journey Hunts and the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation.
Welcome back to the Outdoor Journey Show. Matt Gatus, Ty Morgan here with you, and we're talking about the do-it-yourself hunter and, the steps that it takes. It can be done, but sometimes, you need a little knowledge just to kind of get you going in that right direction.
Yeah, absolutely. Within our outdoor industry, there is a huge movement towards do-it-yourself hunting because there's an element of accomplishment and pride that comes out of picking a species, picking the area, doing your homework, and then going in and actually accomplishing that hunt. And it's a big focal point these days in the industry.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And we've got on the phone with us right now Mark Martineau, and Mark is the owner of Rack 'em Up, and in my opinion, he's a social media guru, not only a hunting guru, but a social media guru. Mark, welcome to the show.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Mark.
Glad to be on.
Tell us a little bit about Rack 'em Up and what it is that you do.
What is it that I do? Well, I pretty. That's kind of a broad question, but for the most part, I actually just like to open people's eyes to the hunting world and the positives, and actually a lot of the negative that goes on with the uneducated people that don't know much about the hunting aspect and what's all involved and everything that gets put into it, and the time and effort, and just the love and passion behind it. And a lot of people don't understand that, and a lot of people are oblivious to that, and we actually get a lot of hate from it from these anti folks. And so my goal is just trying to open up their eyes and have a little fun while we're doing it.
Oh, no doubt about it. And you've done that very, very well, and as I keep an eye on your site, on your blog, on your Facebook pages, there's no doubt that you've done a good job. And it seems to me like the issue, even though we're going to get right back into do-it-yourself hunting, it seems to me like the issue with the antis that you deal with really comes back to their lack of understanding of conservation. You just don't get it.
That's the whole point, is their lack of understanding. It's just we need more people out in the hunting industry to get more people involved and start voicing their opinion more. And I'm trying to stay away from, I guess more or less of the hatred I have. Well, not the hatred, but the hate that goes involved with it. It's more, I want to kind of step it up to more educational purposes, and I just encourage hunters out there just to, instead of coming back with hate and kind of verbal bashing, just instead of just try to be nice about it and try to educate people and just kind of hold your ground and just don't sink to their level that they're coming at you with.
Yeah, and I know you've been in the same boat as I have in some areas. I've seen you be personally threatened. I've seen your family be threatened, just like my family's been threatened. And we can't fight back that way, but we do need to educate. I agree 100%, man.
So, yeah, that's where it's all about. And throughout the years I've been doing this, I've had so many people just letters, emails, personal messages saying, "Hey, I really appreciate what you're doing." Because I had no clue what's involved and what it takes, and opening my eyes to a few subjects about of predator control and overpopulation of species and so on and so forth. But yeah, it's just that's my main goal, and that's what I love doing. So
when a new hunter seeks you out and seeks advice, what is the first place that you send them to, or education wise, what is the first goal that you want to get across to them and where they need to start?
I don't know. It's just the basic starting point for me, I guess, is just try to surround yourself with people that hunt, or try to get involved in with somebody that does hunt and say, "Hey, can I tag along?" and just go to a few of these show events and these expos and do a little bit of research and time in certain areas that are good, that are producing good animals and things like that. But
and that's something we talk about all the time, Mark. You're hitting on a key point. We talk about mentorship all the time on this show, and the essence of people who are in the outdoors seeking out those who are not in the outdoors, and helping them come along as hunters, and then being available to people seeking you out. And that's a great thing. Mentorship is key.
Yeah, exactly. I 100% agree with that. So if I didn't have the mentorship growing up in my life, I don't know where I'd be. So if my dad and brothers and didn't introduce me to the sport, I probably wouldn't be in it. So, and to be honest, hunting and the people in the hunting industry it's really changed my life. It's just 100% for the better.
Awesome.
So
awesome. What about the do-it-yourself? I know you're a big-time do-it-yourself hunter, Mark, and just tell us a little bit about how you approach that and just why you love do-it-yourself hunting.
DIY. That's what I'm all about. It's just doing what it boils down to is I love doing research about certain areas and about the animals that are coming out of certain areas and looking at the stats and everything like that, and then you just go forward and just go purchase the tag. And the reason why I like it is because it saves me so much stinking money. So I can go hunt a lot more. For instance, Alaska this year in 2012 as well, and then Idaho for big bull and bear. You know, if you're going up to Alaska, it's going to at least run you probably $6,000 to $10,000 for a caribou hunt.
Correct.
And you know, it's just a lot of people don't have that kind of cash flow. But if you're to do that yourself, we went up there. We did everything for about $1,800. That was including our airline tickets. That was including our food, our tags, and our fuel. And it just saves so much time, and just the aspect of going out there and doing it yourself and saying, "Oh, heck yes, I was able to accomplish that myself with nobody else's help." And it's just there's no better feeling than that. Another thing too is the DIY elk hunt in Idaho this year, big bull elk hunt. Just did that, researched an area that was producing a lot of elk, and we did our research good. And this year, I have never seen so many bull elk in my entire life at the spot we were going. And we got up in there. We were actually camping inside the elk, and the elk actually woke us up. And Lance looks over to me, a big bull bugled, and says, "Well, it's time to get up out of our tent." And the big bulls were screaming everywhere, and about 500 yards up the ridge, see a bull elk. Get about 150 yards away from our camp, call the thing in, just screaming, raking, mad, and comes in within 40 yards and sinks an arrow in him. And that whole hunt cost me about $600 versus about $4,500 to $6,000 for a guided elk hunt.
Wow. That's a good deal. And so really you're touching on a lot of different points. I mean, it's the financial savings for do-it-yourself guys. It's also that accomplishment, that pride of being able to do the research, get yourself to the right location, to the right place, and then to get it done. I mean, awesome experiences.
Yeah, there's no better feeling in the world than a DIY. I just love it. Love everything about it.
Well, for that individual who's listening, who's thinking about, maybe they've hunted with outfitters, maybe they're new to the outfitting world, how in the world do they get started approaching a do-it-yourself hunt? What are some things that you do that you can just tell our listeners, hey, here's some basics that you should do if you're going to go do it on your own?
Well, first of all, if you're hunting Utah, Idaho, Western, or just pretty much any state, just pick up the proclamation. And they have all the stats in there of the animals that are coming out of each areas and what's producing and what's not, and the tags available. And then just go up there and start scouting, putting a little bit of time and effort in on the weekends. And if it's out of state, just, see if you can't take a few days off over the weekend and just spend the time up there and look around and scout it out.
So they do the research, they do the homework, they, are knowing the area, they decide on the species, they go in. Are there any safety factors that you would suggest about people going in on do-it-yourself hunts?
Oh, yeah, you always got to cover your bases for sure. It's just depending on the year, and make sure you have adequate food and water. If you're not gonna, if that area is not, well, it depends, and also depends how far you pack in and everything like that as well. But yeah, and then the weather issue, depending on the year, you got to make sure you have your rain gear and enough warm clothes. So I know my Alaska trip, 2012, for caribou, I was very underprepared and did not bring, because we were out there. I think it was August. It was the first part of August in 2012 we went out. So pretty much dead of summer here in the lower 48. And we got up there, and first day was all right. Second day, it snowed on us 10 inches. And then the following 11 days, it rained nonstop. And then the last day before we left, it snowed on us another 6 inches. And I did not bring adequate snow gear. So doesn't matter what the situation is, make sure you're prepared with your clothing.
Good deal. Well, Mark Martineau of Rack 'em Up. Mark, where can people go to learn more about you, to learn more, or even ask you questions about do-it-yourself hunting? Where can you send them?
Just take a look at my Facebook page and my Instagram page. Just Rack 'em Up, and then Instagram is Rack 'em Up RU, and then you can also find me at Rack'emUpblog.com. So would love to have you, and I would love to have you join the conversation and have your input and have a good laugh and a great conversation while you're there.
Absolutely. Well, Mark, it's been a pleasure chatting with you today. And, of course, join us each and every week as we take you outdoors. And it is the Outdoor Journey, where life does take you outdoors.
This is the Outdoor Journey Show, where life takes you outdoors.